Hey, if you're one of those network marketers whose passion for what you're selling has faded over time, even though you were excited about it in the beginning, this video is for you. If we haven't met, my name is Edita. I'm a network marketer like you, but I hate prospecting. I don't like chasing. It doesn't feel comfortable. I don't like sending messages to people. I don't like asking people who don't know me to look at my stuff. And I was struggling until I found a way to get people to ask me about my business. And that's what I talk about at VIE now. And if you would like to grab my free video, 3-step formula to recruit new team members without having to prospect, chase, feel awkward, you can find it at viesnow.com/3 steps. I want to talk about the passion for what you're selling and what you are promoting, because let's agree on that, it's super important. And if you've been in the place where that you felt that you're not quite into what you're selling, or you stop believing in it for one or another reason, it might add a lot to being uncomfortable about promoting your product. And that's exactly actually what happened to me in the beginning. Like most network marketers, I was super excited about my product. I believed that it was for everyone. I thought it was great, until I faced problems, and until I faced the reality that actually not everyone. In theory, it is for everyone. In theory, what I have can be used by absolutely everyone. And it's not health and wellness. It's not something very specific. It's absolutely very, very broad, product, and absolutely everyone could really use it, right? But does everyone want it? No. And by the time I realized that, in the beginning I didn't realize it, and I was getting, like most network marketers, I was getting a lot of rejection, and that made me doubt if this product was actually good, if this product was actually, I started doubting the product itself. And because it was happening, I kind of lost passion for selling it, for marketing it. Good morning, Mark. Really morning for you, afternoon here. Thanks for joining. So I'm talking about how to fall in love with the products that you are selling. And so my story went from being excited initially, then struggling, then seeing that actually, regardless of how much I was excited about my product, a lot of people were saying no, or maybe they were signing up but not using it. And I noticed that even I sometimes, wasn't. So basically, that kind of killed my passion to a big, big degree for what I was selling, and that means it became difficult to market it, right? Because we agree that we need to be passionate about what we are selling in order to market it. And I kind of was a bit disconnected. So luckily, that's not the only thing that's going on in my business. It's the way I build my business. Really, it doesn't depend directly on my network marketing opportunity. However, I know that the time when I had to get into the opportunity, deeper was coming. But now, how do I do it? Luckily, here's what happened. After all the learning, knowledge gathering, learning the new skills, I realized one thing, and this is so super important. Not everyone needs your. Many people might need your product, but fewer people want it. But you, as a marketer, you need to find the people who want your product. And what happened for me was when I actually realized it, and I realized that way later than I actually learned about it to market something different. When I realized it, I found the purpose for my product. And I fell in love with my product again. So when I realized that I need to find people who want my product, I went to research the market and kind of validate my idea if there were people who wanted my product. And what I found was that there were millions and millions of people. They are on the internet, they are on social media, and I went to see what they were talking about, and I went to see if they were talking about the subject that, in relation to my product, and I was amazed by how huge the market actually is. And I might not be part of that market, but there are people who absolutely are actively looking for what I'm selling, and for very, very specific reasons. So that helped me to realize the purpose of what I'm promoting, of for what I'm selling again, and consequently to fall in love with what I'm selling again. It was huge and it was massive. So the message here is, if you find yourself, even if you initially had that excitement for your product, if you initially thought that it was for everyone should want it or should need it or whatever, and you and that wore out somewhere along the line because you were getting so much rejection, find people who really want it and face rejection way, way less. And that will help you to be passionate about what you have. Again, because yes, rejection does affect us, but we only face it because we don't approach the right people. That's a huge, huge, huge problem. So find the right people. Find those people. Do little research. It's very easy these days. Google, social media, very, very easy these days. See what they're talking about. Find where they are and start talking to them, and you'll see it's gonna give you a completely different perspective to, if you really if you initially thought your product was good, it is probably good. The problem is you might have disconnected with it because you don't have the skills how to market, and you don't have the understanding because they don't explain it to you, that you need to find people who want your stuff. Get rid of the idea that everyone wants your stuff or everyone needs your stuff. We're not even talking about needing. We're talking about wanting. That's the driver for successful marketing. So before you jump ship, sometimes it's worth looking into, doing some research, finding the people who might want your stuff. And because what happens is, when you lack the skills, you might jump ships, but then you will face the same situation again. You'll start going, okay, it's too cheap, too expensive, it's too this, too that, whatever. There are all sorts of problems, reasons to have, difficulties with selling what you have. And sometimes the only real problem is lack of skills and lack of market research. So I hope this was useful. If you did like my video, grab my 3-step formula to recruit new team members without having to prospect chase and without feeling awkward. And actually it covers stuff that I was talking about in this video too. And thanks very much for watching. Thanks, Mark, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.